It's crazy to think about how Medi-Share is so intentional about using what God has given them to bless as many people as they can. And CarePortal is just an example of that kind of partnership. So our organization exists really to help people care for those in need who are close to them. That's why we exist.
Yeah.
And specifically around the whole foster care space. There's nearly 400,000 kids in foster care at any given time in our country. And there's 4 million children on the brink of foster care. That means that their family is in a situation of potential breakdown where they have to have involvement from some sort of government agency. And we live in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. There are more than enough resources. That's not the issue at all. The issue is there's a disconnection between those who have need in the moment and those who have the resources to help them. And so CarePortal is really simple in concept. We are a connecting platform to help people who are in a moment of crisis in real time get the things that they need from people who are around them that care. And they might be 5 miles apart, but without this connection, without the awareness, they might as well be 500,000 miles apart, right? And so our platform is a tech platform, online and mobile. We allow people who are part of churches and part of the community to sign up and see and meet needs. And CarePortal facilitates the connection between the caseworkers who are serving those families on the ground and people in the community who might want to help. It's been a beautiful 6-year run so far. We're still really new at this. And yet so far, 2,500 churches have served nearly 100,000 children through this mechanism. And we couldn't be more thrilled about what's possible.
Tallying things up in my head last night, and we had over 30 of our team members that participated using 12 hours of our missions PTO, which is during the workday. So we did all of Tuesday and half of the day on Wednesday. So just tallying that up, it's over 400 hours of work that we put in a 2-day period. But that's only really half of the story, because those are the official hours when the clock is running. Most of our devs were working that evening, that night. Our code repositories have check-ins at 3:30 in the morning. So I know the guys were working hard. So, we probably really put forth about 700 hours just in a 2-day span, directly benefiting this. And what we were trying to solve for Adrien and his team is this concept of telling their story through visual data, through maps, through some visual data components, so that they can help tell their story for the people on their team that are out trying to show the reach of the platform, but also for those that are just going on their site and trying to look up, well, what are the needs in my area? Who are the people around me who are in need of something, and how can I help? And so there was a couple different personas that Adrien and his team are trying to satisfy. Is it their field team that's out there trying to campaign and show the reach, or is it the individual user who's going into their site and trying to say, what can I help with? I have a spare dresser. Is there somebody who needs this in their house, or a suitcase or a bed or anything like that? So we took it. We had 4 different teams that worked on this, and they solved different aspects of it.
And just to say how blessed we've been as we've coordinated this partnership between Christian Care Ministry and Global Orphan Project. So impressive to see how God is aligning our paths together and coordinating our efforts. The ability to give our employees internally a break, to have some fun, to leverage their skill sets and abilities for such a great and a godly cause. So we're thankful and appreciative for this opportunity.
And why is it so important to you to be able to give back to an organization like the Global Orphan Project?
That's a great question. We've been in communication with the Global Orphan Project for a few months now, and for our partnerships that we've been working on with CCM. And I've really been impressed with their mission, their team, and the services that they've been working with. And honestly, it's been a great project to see. I love the project that their focus has worked on, and their efforts that they've put into families and children altogether.
Well, and speaking of families and children, I understand that you have a personal story, adoptive story. Is that something you'd like to share?
Absolutely. Adoption's been a central focus in my family's life. We've had a lot of adoption history throughout our family, and anywhere from my aunt to my mother and now our wonderful new daughter. My family's been blessed to be able to adopt a wonderful daughter. So adoption's been a near and dear central focus in our hearts. The Global Orphan Project works with so many agencies, churches, and individuals that directly deal with fostering adoption. So when we heard about the project, we immediately loved it. But now that we've dug in deeper to the project, we completely appreciate it even more. It's been such a wonderful platform, honestly, to see and to be able to share the resources to those in need. So also, I'd like to share a picture of my wonderful daughter that we were able to adopt.
Aww. How old is she now?
She's 4.5, going on 5.
Love it.
Yeah, so one of the things we really wanted to do for CarePortal was give them a new and different way to look at how, when someone is making a contribution, how they can see what the impact of that contribution is and how they can identify what contribution or what requests they can actually fit into. So we tried something a little bit risky. We did a 3D map. And so we were able to actually show with using some 3D technologies what the impacts are, where all of the associated churches with the request are, with some really cool graphics. And it was a really fun way to be able to show those impacts and encourage people to contribute more. I'd really love to give a big shout out to Jason Rosenzweig from our team. He's one of our solutions architects here, and he just did a phenomenal job. He was the one who actually implemented the 3D map first and up front. That was one of the first things we had running due to his hard work. And then just throughout the project, he was doing a great job of helping to mentor a lot of the rest of us, because to be honest, some of us don't get to code every single day as a part of our day job. It's something that we have skills in but don't get to use. And he was there as a great resource to help guide us.
What it spoke to me was that the culture of Medi-Share is not just an outside thing, it's an inside thing, right? The way that the people at Medi-Share care for your clients, the people who use your service, is also all the way driven into the way that you care for each other. And I was blessed by that. I think our team is better for watching you guys work together. And so hats off to just the work that's been done to build culture, because that's not easy. That's work.
Yeah, it was really awesome. I'm remote. I'm not in the main Melbourne office, and so this was a really awesome time to connect with members of the team that I don't get to see very often, and actually get to do work with them and give back in a way that I wouldn't have normally got to with the team since being remote. So it's really, really fun and really awesome to have that close connection with the team members.